Virginia State Senator Ghazala Hashmi, the projected winner of the Democratic primary for lieutenant governor. She claimed victory late last night.
Former Richmond Mayor Levar Stoney trails by a narrow margin and says he is not ready to concede. Brenda King is live as he goes in depth into this very tight race. Brenda.
Right now, State Senator Ghazala Hashmi sits at 27.49% of the vote. Former Richmond Mayor Levar Stoney is just under 1% behind her, which does qualify for a statewide recount if Stoney pays for it. A state would pay for a recount if that threshold was under 0.5% of the vote. But first, let's listen to some of Hashmi's victory speech last night.
Tonight, we've made history yet again, not just by winning this primary, but by declaring with one voice that Virginia is not going to be bullied or broken or dragged backwards by the chaos that's unfolding in Washington.
In addition to Stoney's 26.65%, Senator Aaron Rouse sits at 26.16% in the Democratic nomination for lieutenant governors. So no one candidate earned more than a third of the vote in a 6-person primary. Last night at a watch party near VCU, Hashmi declared victory, thanking the crowd for their support. She says if she does win in November, she will defend Virginia values of inclusion, equity, opportunity, and justice for all.
Are standing at a crossroads, and just beyond our borders we see the dysfunction, the noise, the attacks on our rights, the cynical games that are being played with people's lives. But here in Virginia, we're choosing something different. We're choosing courage, we're choosing progress, and we're choosing to lead.
If Hashmi is declared the official winner of the Democratic nomination for Virginia's lieutenant governor in November, she'll face a Republican challenger. That is John Reed, a well-known conservative radio talk show host. On X overnight, he posted a video message congratulating Hashmi for her win. In our next half hour, I will show you the breakdown of Richmond's vote and why our CBS 6 political analyst, Dr. Bob Holsworth, says it was the capital city that helped push Hashmi over that threshold, over the edge. That's ahead at 6:30.
All right, thanks, Brendan. With former Richmond Mayor Levar Stoney refusing to concede in Virginia's Democratic primary for lieutenant governor, he addressed supporters last night, including former Governor Terry McAuliffe, vowing the fight isn't over. Our Maggie Marshall shares the struggles Stoney faced during his campaign.
Levar Stoney did anything but concede. He said his fight is not over and that it's a tight race with votes still left to be counted. Stoney came out to a few dozen attendees, including former Governor Terry McAuliffe, who cheered him on despite results that show him narrowly trailing to Hashmi. Current results show that voters in Richmond, Henrico, and Chesterfield counties overwhelmingly chose Hashmi over Stoney. Stoney, over the last 6 months, has faced scrutiny by some who question the role he played in the upkeep of the Richmond water treatment plant during his 8 years as Richmond mayor. He has previously refuted those claims, citing the issues we have seen this year at the plant span far beyond his term, with the city being historically underfunded. Stoney chose to run his campaign focusing on his deep ties to the Democratic Party. He emphasized his experience and connections working under Governor Mark Warner and Terry McAuliffe. He also in recent weeks picked up a national endorsement from former U.S. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg. And Stoney says he plans to continue that fight no matter the results. He says the Democratic Party needs to be united and really speak up and give a voice to those who have been silenced and forgotten by the Republican Party. In Richmond, I'm Maggie Marshall, CBS 6 News.
Well, over the past couple of days, we've heard from both candidates for governor, Republican nominee and current lieutenant governor Winsome Earl-Sears, and Democratic nominee Abigail Spanberger. They each spoke about what they plan to do if they win the election in November. Here's what Earl-Sears had to say at a rally at the Hippodrome last night.
I'm going to lower the cost of living for working families by building on the $9 billion in tax cuts that we have put in. I'm going to eliminate the taxes on tips. I'm going to eliminate taxes on goods for our children. And yes, I'm going to eliminate the taxes on cars, the car tax.
And Democratic nominee Abigail Spanberger, a former 7th District representative, spoke at a rally of her own.
We need to be talking to voters about the specific plans we have to make the Commonwealth more affordable, to strengthen our schools and create opportunities for all our kids. We need to put Virginia and Virginians first, period, full stop. That is the job of the governor.
Our coverage of Virginia's primary races continues in our next half hour. We will take a look at the other races, including Richmond Sheriff and Commonwealth's Attorney.